Hey everyone, Bond here from Dr. Pennsylvania with past periodical number 15. This one comes from the Beaver Falls Tribune, January 3rd, 1914, and is entitled Traffic is Tied Up by Heavy Snowfall.
Traffic is tied up by heavy snowfall. Traction companies able to run cars only on part of system. Railroad trains behind schedule. Workmen have hard battle keeping streets and sidewalks open. With a snowfall of nearly 10 inches recorded at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, Beaver County faces the second serious storm in less than 2 months. It is believed that the storm, while not as sudden as that of November 9th, will equal that in the amount of damage as traffic throughout Beaver County is badly tied up. The Beaver Valley Traction Company suffered the most from the snowfall, and only a part of the lines are now in operation. The Riverview and Sharon lines are entirely out of commission, and it was not until after noon hour that one track was opened as far as 26th Street, Beaver Falls. No cars have yet been operated to College Hill. The Monaca division was out of commission for several hours during the morning, but one track has been opened. On the Leetsdale division, cars are being run as far as Ambridge. While the yellow cars on the scenic route were apparently running at points further down the river, few of the cars reached Beaver, and a serious tie-up of the system is feared. There was a slight snowfall Friday evening beginning shortly after 8 o'clock, but it was not until 5 o'clock Saturday morning that the white flakes began falling in earnest. At the time of going to press, there had been no let-up in the snowfall, and reports from the Weather Bureau were to the effect that though the storm would likely to continue. Reports from the east were that several feet of snow had fallen in the mountains, and trains running into Pittsburgh from that district were hours behind time. Traffic on railroads entering the Beaver Valley was kept up in a fairly good schedule, and railroadmen claimed that they were not suffering great inconvenience from the storm. Quite a tie-up was caused at Rochester when Chicago train number 19 was held up for several hours by the breaking down of the monster locomotive. The engine pulling train number 17 was switched to the head of the Chicago train, and the journey resumed at 11:30 o'clock, or nearly 2 hours behind time. Residents in the lower valley towns and at low-lying districts along both the Ohio and Beaver Rivers expressed their fears of a flood should the snowfall turn to rain. Robert McCullough of Lock Number 6 at Merrill, in a statement to the Tribune during the afternoon, reported that officials at Pittsburgh declared that there was no prospect of flood, and even should rain begin to fall, there would be no immediate danger. Country roads are blocked and farmers are unable to reach town Saturday morning. In all of the towns, boroughs employees have been working in an effort to get sidewalks open, but pedestrians floundered through several inches of snow on their way to work. Fortunately, no accidents have been reported as a result of the storm, although considerable suffering and inconvenience has been experienced. Telephone service to all points was fairly good, and these lines are in much better working order than during the previous heavy snowstorm. Superintendent W.H. Boyce of the Traction Company had a large force of men and the sweepers and scrapers out at early hour. Although the snow was cleared in many places, cars repeatedly jumped off the track because the ice having been formed on the rails. Every effort will be made to have cars running on all divisions before nightfall.